Yeah, we are just getting them. Just give me a moment. So Manoj is in US.
Manoj, yeah, he's
Okay,
not
he's
in
traveling.
town. Yeah.
Correct. So he's in a different time zone, Dr. Shinu. And what we'll do is we'll have to see, since we are meeting today, I'll suggest to you that we have another catch-up session by evening with some of our folks who are traveling. Let me see if I can ask Naveen to also join in then. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So
Okay.
shall we begin? We have Usha online and Dr. Simha, Dr. Rashmi, we are here in the campus.
Hello,
Good morning.
Shaji.
Good
Yeah,
morning,
hello,
everyone.
Dr. Simha. Right. Morning.
Yeah,
Okay.
hello.
Hi. So I will kind of quickly take, I know everybody's time and all that. So if you can see my screen,
Okay.
right?
Shall we start recording also, if that's okay, Dr. Sheena?
Yes. I
Nikesh,
think
can you do the next?
Nikesh has started, I think.
Okay, great.
Yes, ma'am, it started.
Okay. So since Dan and KK are quite aware about what is the progress so far, I will kind of quickly take it for the people who might see these recordings as well as Girija, who has come new. So this, we have been running it for the past 3 months. And what is the progress so far and how this grand finale is so critical, because we will be sharing about 4 lakh worth cash prizes to the winners. So for us, it is very, very important that there is a lot of responsibility on the jury. That's why this kind of meeting is. So we will kind of quickly take you through phase 1 and 3. That means 1 to 3, what we did and how we have been evaluating throughout. And on that grand finale, what is the expectations and what is the process. So we have received about 1,100 plus team members out of 725 teams, which out of which we have created 2 tracks. One is general track and one is Kindle Reva University track. So 638 people from general. Load of enthusiasm in the initial phase, but as you are aware that when actually rubber meets the road is where you real intent comes up, and we saw big drop in actually the final submissions requirement which has come in. So we got about 59 good entries. That means which we could kind of evaluate into as per our submission formats. So submission formats were kind of very little difficult is what we felt. One is that they had to generalize their model and build an ONNX based format, which a lot of them couldn't. And but this 59 had everything. That's why we have kind of taken them. And they had to prepare a deck as per our template and also record the videos. And from this phase 1, there was a series of evaluation criteria we have set it up and a quantifiable kind of scoring that we have built. And about 36 got qualified. These 36 of them were asked to submit more refined deck as well as video, etc., with an MVP. It must be, so first phase was mostly on the code part of it, but then now we were looking at as an end-to-end product and a really good prototype which can work. So that is where the second phase went. And we had multiple webinars, Usha was really helping them with looking at image segmentation or image detection kind of problems. What are the latest state-of-the-art technologies so we did a couple of webinars. Dr. Simha has been helping us. And then out of 36, now we did another shortlist, which is the main shortlist, which is that 15 of them were identified. Out of that, 10 is from the general track, 3 from Kindle, and 2 from Reva University have been selected. So 15 of them. And this 15 is now working with the mentors. So we have been giving, so I'll just kind of look at phase 1 evaluation criteria. We have a very detailed Excel sheet, which I will kind of share. So 70% comes from the technical score, which is an ONNX.CSV. So we have the problem statement, Girija, if you are aware that we have given a set of different folders with different images, which is taken from one of the rivers in Thailand and asking them to detect the plastic. and also the plastic density. So based on the count of plastic, we would have to decide that how much of resources have to be sent to clean up the river. So this was the problem statement. And so technical efficiency was very critical. And how did they put the story together in the deck and presentation? So are they able to create a convincing end-to-end story? And the whole thing, whatever the code, because it is most of the senior people may not have time to go through the code. So that's why we told them to build a video which connects their solution as well as know what is that they want to convey. So these were the artifacts, that about 4-5 artifacts, different things. And we had done a thorough check of all these things. Is the phase 1 criteria. Under phase 2, we have asked them to refine the form, the details, along with more an end-to-end prototype submission. So this prototype, we had given multiple things. Say, for example, there must be a decision support system. There must be a plastic density model. There must be, there could be an so these were the options that we have told them, that everything must be on a working kind of thing. So based on that, I will just show you how the how extensive this Excel sheet is. So we had about 36. I mean, first level we had another sheet. Now this is the no the so ONNX models we had. So we ran now the once they submitted the ONNX models, we ran their models on a set of unseen data set which we have labeled, and checked whether their model works on unseen. So this ONNX marks plus their predict dataset CSV file, whether they are able to geotag the image. So that means when we click on an image, it must go to the origin of that image. So they had put a URL and geotag that image. Then, so totally technical evaluation 70, and then the presentation and a series of things that which we looked at it and created a certain set of comments. And then on the video, that there is another, most of them have done quite well. And based on this, what these ranks have been created. So this is top 10 from so the ranges from 64 minimum and 77 in the general track. Some of them have been consistently doing extremely well. Say torch flow, syntax layers. They have been neck to neck, and throughout phase 1, 2, 3, they have been coming up in the front. And then we had this teams from Reva and Kindle, and so Kiernan's is coming always. I mean, from the phase 1 itself, there's an Australian team, and they have been doing Kindle team. They have been doing extremely well. So each of these, what they have suggested, what they have done, all that is here. It has been shared already with Dan and team. So final result, rank and all that, which is now published in the website. So here, grand finale, what is the process, all that is kind of being discussed here. And we have a dedicated website that which is being built. Now, coming back to this, we have now about, so yes. So we have this mentoring going on. So general track and race, we have about 9 mentors mentoring 15 teams. 15 teams. So minimum, so we say minimum 3 mentoring sessions per team. This is absolutely been scheduled and monitored by us. And there are records of all the mentoring sessions which are happening. If somebody is interested, we can share all that. It is all there. And all of them, I think, on an average completed 2 mentor sessions, maybe 1 more mentor sessions, which we are planning now before this second or third. Most of them will complete the mentoring part of it. So during each mentoring, that they would have suggested certain improvement on enhancing their models or the overall solution itself. And then so certain criteria, certain things have been asked the mentor to look at, because their model has to work on unseen data. So this is being done. The mentors list and all that is here. So this is I'm going to share this deck again. So all these things, who is mentoring, who is our spoke. So we have computer science students from our main Reva University students who have been scheduling, monitoring. Some of the meetings I joined, Dr. Rashmi joined, so that we are aware that the mentoring is kind of going well. So we have two mentors from Kindle and one Dr. Dinesh is mentoring, Philips. So all of them are from very, very senior industry mentors. Dr. Dinesh is leading image, image related work in Philips. Say Pradipta is one of the co-founder of one of everyone. Dell, Ravi is from Dell, Akshay is from Publicis. So we have very good set of mentors from RACE. They have been working with RACE in various capacities in our training programs. So they have been, this is going on now, which is one of the critical. Now comes the grand finale. So now there is a good amount of good submissions. Now we would want to kind of tell about a few challenges that jury may face, because jury is seeing them first time, and some of the jury are in the campus, some of them are online. Some of the team are going to be online, some of the team are going to be in the campus. So there could be a lot of personal bias comes in, because imagine, no, I just want to kind of take an example. If there is no bias here or anything, Nuke Talk, this is from say Kindred. They are very vocal. Their model actually is not great, but they are very good. They are very good in presenting, and they are going to be in the campus, right? So there are chances that the jury might get biased on their articulation skills and may give marks, right? So whereas Torch Flow, which is the first set of people, they have been doing extremely well, and they are. I mean, the best part of is that some unknown universities, colleges, because we had excellent participation from companies who came in. But in the final list, a lot of students groups are doing extremely well. And that too from seemingly like not very famous colleges like Sri Ishwar College, some random colleges, which is very, very, interesting to see. So Torchflow, who has been doing extremely well, they may not be there online. They are going to present online. So this is whether being online, offline, how are we going to ensure that everybody is without bias, fairly treated is a question. And we have put a certain set of things. Now, this is not final. If jury wants this to be changed, you can give us the suggestions. So what we want is that the models must work on an unseen data with at least some decent detection metric. That is an important parameter. Imagine that you have everything. You have a working prototype. You have a excellent innovation. Everything is perfect, but the model didn't catch any unseen data, right? So then I think we may have to kind of question that this is very critical. The weight of this marks is going to be very, has to be determining the whole thing. Second is that some of these soft things, right? Sustainability quotient, creativity and innovation, teamwork. And so this is about 30 marks is soft. And this is more of hard because it is available. Like we did a session with Somo on architecture. Today we have a session with Girija's team. You are aware that Vikram is doing a session today, because how to define, how to give 10 marks for an area called sustainability. Are you going to measure the carbon emissions out of the solution, or is there a way to? So we don't have nothing very much now, because everybody is focusing on this part. And creativity, innovation, it's all kind of personally that we could look at. So this is what the jury is supposed to do. And we are hoping that the jury uh, will have a consensus among the finalists. We need to define 3 toppers from the general track. First prize is 1 lakh. Second prize is 1.5. 1 yeah, sorry, that is my bad. Okay. So 1.5, 1 and 50,000 is the first prize.
That is for the external track.
Yeah,
External
this is for
track.
general track.
Right.
And then we will have 50,000 and 25,000 for Kindle Reva track. So we need to decide 3 general finalists and 2 from Kindle Reva. So this is the task of the jury. So how do we, and one more thing is that we would want the jury to discuss and then finalize at the end. We don't want jury to give us blind no sheets and we will collate and do that. Instead of that, we want a consensus decision by everyone saying that this team really deserves the first prize, second prize, third prize, the top 5, because finally we don't want what is that, we don't want war, we want peace, right? It should be a peaceful session. And I know Usha is here. Usha has been judging almost all the major hackathons across top companies, right? She has been from Intel, Google, any hackathons. Usha is there. So I would want Usha to look at this and say that what are the best practices, and if we have covered everything and all that, that would be helpful. So I'll kind of stop here if anyone wants to ask anything. We also have something called Open Innovation Phase 3 Special Jury Award. If they build a spatio-temporal model, means can they track the movement of the plastic? But so far we haven't seen because the data is not good enough to do that. But if somebody says that we can create a special plaque, there is there is no cash prize there, but it is a plaque that we will decide. We have not decided now because we haven't seen anything coming so far. Okay, so please ask Usha, please also respond in terms of the process.
Yeah, yeah. I think the final categories under which it has to be marks has to be divided is really good. So that the categories are in such a way that there will be no bias, because you have separate categories for soft skills and separate categories for innovation and things like that.
We're missing her, right?
We are missing you, Usha.
And
You're
some of the
breaking.
hackathons which we have seen in the past is Oh, yeah. Some of the hackathons which we have seen in the past is, code. We have seen some people cheat in the code, actually. That when we did analysis, after the judging, after all the judges have ranked, we double check the code at the end, because, the certain hackathons will have certain requirements that certain things has to be complied. So the demo will look good, but actually the video demo will look good, but inside the code they would have done all malpractices. So the GitHub repositories has to be double checked before confirming the winners. So yeah, that is
Code,
something which I
yeah.
would like to point
Code
out.
plagiarism check.
No, plagiarism need not have to be. Any hard-coded things or things like that may have to be checked. Plagiarism, it should be okay, Usha. Because it is GitHub and they are copying it from GitHub. Every government is doing that. We cannot restrict the participants not to copy from GitHub. If the code is there, it's okay. And if they give the credit, I have taken the code from here. We really appreciate that. That truthful and honest, commitment is the right way to encourage these type of competitions.
We can take an undertaking.
Yes.
From each of them saying that the code is generated by us.
Duly acknowledged.
Yeah.
If they are copied from somewhere, they have to give the acknowledgement that it has been copied from here.
Yes.
Because we allowed them to use transfer learning model. Now the expectation will be build the model from scratch, which may be difficult. We completely agree, especially when Usha says that code has been somehow BS'd. That may be in hard coding it or trying to do a lot of things. There are plenty of things. I would like to leave it to the judges to see, because I can smell some code when I see that.
One more thing which has come up is that, see, we have this September 8th. All of you are reaching the campus and doing it. But then participants, we have asked them to complete and share the latest code. There is a resistance from them. They're saying that we need time till the last day. So don't ask us anything now. But what I was kind of thinking that if we get on 4th or 5th, that code, because we'll have to kind of run again and then send it to all the judges.
Yes.
right? So that they must go through before coming on that, and some kind of soft evaluation they can do without seeing them, right? So, but there is a resistance from the team because they are going through mentoring, they are working on the solution and all that. So we thought Sunday, but there is resistance. Now we are
So
telling
couple of
Monday.
things. Yeah, so a couple of things. One is code is definitely a point, and Dr. Simba mentioned it rightly that some of it is open sourced also. Credits will be important, but the output of it, which is there in the form of a presentation and the video, the essence of it on the sustainability front also has to come out somewhere. And that is where I think Girija will play a vital role in giving us some differentiators as to how she sees it from the sustainability angle. And the reason I requested her to be a part of it also, not from general technical, but from the essence of how we are going to proceed. So I thought I'll mention that. But Girija, your hand was up. You wanted to say something?
Yeah. So one thing I just want to bring out here is, while the technical aspect would be taken care of, rest of the jury members, when it comes to the software aspect, one is the sustainability quotient, the other one is the environmental and the social impact the solution would create, right? For example, let's
Right.
say we go implement one of these solutions at a large scale. Let's say we go identify a couple of rivers to implement the solution, then the kind of impact this is going to create, especially the social, economical, and the environmental impact it would create, is something we need to probably look at. So I will consider that when I'm kind of scoring, but I would request the other jury members also to keep that in mind when they are kind of scoring the uh,
So current,
the
yeah,
when they are
currently
scoring, and yeah. So
currently we have given 10 marks. So
uh,
he said that because teamwork and defense and all that is still, so you think that social impact, because these are, they're promising. Some of them, what they have done is they've actually gone and taken pictures from India.
In fact, they have taken it on road,
Yeah.
which can be actual social impact of awareness creation among people. Just they can see. In fact, that can be even converted to regular watch. Simply, this is how the city will be, and this city will be contributing this much to the plastic creation. That itself can be a kind of outcome from this project. Couple of them have done that, which we are seeing.
okay.
Probably we may have to look at such kind of things. Not just river, it can be anywhere. The
Anyway,
plastic
yeah.
menace is everywhere. It starts from home.
So shall we relook at this creativity, innovation, teamwork and defense and all that? Should we add social impact,
I think
environmental
it should
impact?
be left to the jury's person. They
Okay.
can put
We can
down.
cover
These
it
are the
under the
things they say.
sustainability itself. Maybe you may
Yeah.
want to just reword that as social, environmental, and sustainability quotient or something.
Okay.
That's a nice idea. Social, environmental, and
Environmental and
sustainability.
sustainability. Yeah.
And correct.
Okay.
No economics. When economics is going out, economics is thrown out. So at any cost, plastic should be reduced.
Yeah, yeah. And I think we are number 2, if I'm not wrong, in the world,
Yes.
in terms of ranking. So a lot of work to be done.
Okay. So then this is kind of good, right? Done. Any other questions, Girija or anyone?
I'll ask KK to ask anything if he's
Oh,
there.
sorry,
KK,
Mr. KK. Yeah.
KK,
I
anything?
I just have a couple of questions. So far you have done a lot of assessment and filtered the candidates, brought it down to a set of handful of individuals, right? So would you be sharing all this details with us for us to go through and be familiar with the team, what they have done, what kind of assessments you have done? Because it's going to be really a tough task to do it in that 15 minutes, right? And be fair to the judgments or assessments.
So currently
Yes, KK.
almost
So
all the,
how are you planning to do this?
I think most of the mails which you have marked yesterday, what I sent it to Vikram, had these phase 2 submissions are already there, which is went for mentoring now. After mentoring, we haven't received. So it is already here. I can share this.
First set of code, all those artifacts are there.
Code
Second,
is not there in
code
this
is not there.
because everything is 1 TB kind of content, right? It's multiple, no, we have used our 3-4 systems.
Maybe
and
when
GPU.
Dan comes now, if you can carry the hard disk, you can copy that.
So KK, we have it in the shared folder, and what I
Yeah.
will request is in the shared folder where the particular instance where the presentation and the videos are there, the final presentation and videos, that is what Dr. Shinu intends to share with all the jury members in advance. Dr. Shinu, I think that was the
Yes.
plan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
And
Yeah.
and all of this particular shared folder or these teams, we have all the I think where is manage channel. I think we already have the people here. We have gone
Yes, and
through.
we have to add,
Yeah.
we have to
So-
add possibly Girija and maybe a few others. If
Okay.
you can take a look at that, Nikesh, can you take a look at that and come back, please, as to
Huh.
who else needs to be added?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
So all these things are here. We will add more. But only thing the final 15, that whole content is about the TP. So we also want to kind of save our space. But all the PPTs videos are there. Code, if somebody, okay, we can let's put everything there.
On TV, it's better if you hold it in hard disk than drive. Anyway, at the end, it can be shared with Kindle.
Yeah. But this mail, no, I think Nikesh gave access to this to everyone and let them go through until we get
Okay, ma'am.
replace it. Yeah, replace it with the latest one. We will, So we will also send out a mail now with the jury, all the members, that this is the deck and this is the criteria we are looking at.
Yes, and jury rules and regulations, Dr. Shinu, you had penned down some of them in the document, right? Is that all, or do you want to go a bit deeper into it?
So yeah, so I think we had second. Yeah, this is judging. Yeah, I think I mean we don't want to say a lot of things about because all are senior mentors, right? So I mean we don't have to say you have to be unbiased, you have to be I think
No, you can put your expectations. Dan and you have all the rights to put expectations.
Yeah, but I think a little bit of things around that is put done. I think
Yeah,
I will
you
just
can-
add that
please.
as a no deck,
Correct. As a
but
deck, you can-
not as hard coded rules and all.
Hmm.
Finally,
this
these
is
are
the-
all students and teams, Kindrel, Reva, they're all working professionals. They're doing this. Our job is to encourage them. So, and then reward them. And those who didn't get the prize, we also give them some swags and all that so they don't feel, no, and we will,
Left out.
yeah, left out, right? Let us encourage any thinking, any innovation. But let the right team win. That is important. That's the only thing. One rule for all the judges is let the right team win. Simple.
So far, we have been very fair process. We are not involved in anything, guiding anybody, telling anybody whether it's Kindle, whether it's Reva or generalists. We are very unbiased, including Usha. She is giving the same information to everybody.
We haven't added Dr. Sima Usha as mentoring, right? Because if they mentor a few teams, I think the chances of them going up is high. So we haven't added them as mentors.
Yeah, agree. No, I know we are on the top of that half an hour we allocated, but this is a great session. Thank you for this, Dr. Shinu. It is informative. We are on the top of it with respect to what we essentially want to achieve. So please, I would suggest we get the invites also on there so that we can block the calendars. All of our senior members will have their calendars open, and that's something which I would request you to close by today, please. Okay, and that is for Girija, that is for KK, Vishnu, and others who are key. For our US jury members, I'll have a talk with you once I'm there in the campus today, and let's have a catch
One
up.
thing I would suggest that imagine there are 10 jury members. I think, is it going to improve the quality of evaluation versus 5? I think, do we need so, I mean,
I don't think so.
Makes sense.
So you're right on that.
More, the any, consensus can be balanced if it is more. If it is 2:1, it will be pretty difficult. It's 33%. If it is 7:3, it is good.
we have 7.
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
I think more than that, I think is not because from program office point of view, we have to kind of run behind so many things.
Yeah. So you have to look from the operations point of view.
Yeah. So maybe one thing I'll discuss with you is the logistics of online versus offline, how we handle the jury representation online and offline together.
So between 6 to 6:30. So the plan is that 2 o'clock, 1:30, we will start the registration. We haven't, I think it is, I will also put a slide on what the whole format will be that day. So 2 to maybe 5-10 minutes maximum, we will have a small quick intro. And then we start one-on-one, the presentation will start. And it will go up to, we are hoping that about 3.5 hours. So it's at least by 6, we should, provided we have some bell and all that been arranged, everything is going perfectly, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. Then, but we have to also restrict between the jury how many questions you are going to ask, right? And if you have already listed down the questions, then it will be easier for us to take it up from an emceeing point of view, so that it goes like a precision. And then 6 o'clock to between 6 to 6:30, we will organize maybe Naveen and Shankara and all talking to the audience. The judges have to meet online, offline, everything together in another adjacent room. And then we will bring down the consensus part of it. And then 6:30, the judges could come down and the senior judge, whoever is that, can announce the result, right? All the judges together, right? So that half an hour is critical to collect all the details from an online perspective, but we will create a scoring sheet, etc., which is an online as well as offline. And we would want things to be digital, no paper, because it will be very difficult for us to collect all these paper and then somebody sitting and collating and all that. We will create an Excel with automated score, etc., so that it is easier for final one number comes up, right? So that we will do, so that there is no pressure from collating. So moment each member's mark has been given, that
Maybe
also
we
we
can
will
rehearse it once rather than doing it at the venue.
Yes,
Probably we can do it well before, and we can see things are working fine.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we will have to do a shadow run. And exactly, and I had this as a part of the plan on one of the days, right? In early next week.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then 6:30 we announce, and then some cold fire and all we are arranging, something called cold fire. So fire will come, but it is cold. Then we'll give a big check. Slowly we'll transfer the money, our account and all that. Accounts purses will take some time to open, but we will right now give a a dummy check, big check, and then dinner. That's it. We can bring entertainment thing, but we have performing arts and all, but not sure about the mood of the people after the event. They all will be restless.
Yes.
So, and Shankara has to speak, Naveen has to speak, Chancellor will speak. So too many speeches. It's a very dry AI event. We can bring in. We are planning to bring a interesting MC. Let us see. Or if you have some good MCs, let us know. Somebody who is a flamboyant MC. We are on the lookout. Dan, if you have anybody, let us know.
And definitely, I have a suggestion, but I'll let you know.
Okay, great.
Yes, I think this is good. Girija, is there any other views which you would have?
No, I think I'm
KK?
fine. Yeah.
Okay. Usha? KK?
No,
All
ma'am,
well?
everything is
So
good.
no, so
Yeah, all good.
I
All
did
good.
hear. I was going to ask you about the post scoring. There will be a time allotted for us to deliberate, right? So as judges to decide on the winners, or it's going to be straight out of the scoring only?
Half an hour, 6 to 6:30, we will meet, judges will meet, online, offline. And
Okay.
then.
So to answer KK's question, I think he was asking a scoring part. KK scoring will be done for each of them by jury members, and that collation will happen automatically, or rather online is what I understood as far as the mechanism which Dr. Shinu said. Once the collation happens, jury member will still meet to deliberate in case, especially if there is a tie.
Tie or lot of range, no?
Yeah, also, I mean, because
16
the
judges.
judges are coming from various backgrounds, right? They may, I mean, all may not be fairly able to assess every section of your assessment criteria, right? Sometimes it could be, just what they feel at that point of time, right? Not looking into the technicalities because of the diverse background of people.
Yeah.
So there has to be some amount of, supervision or deliberation needs to happen, so the fairness is brought in and it doesn't get unnecessarily skewed because of the perceptions that are created of just by influenced by the presentations, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So we will kind of share this, but again, this should not be a bias, no? Everything is a bias.
Looking at that, and what I suggested was Dan and Shinu can be the moderators if anything can be going as not as per the expectations. If there is a kind of tug of war within the jury committee itself, there must be two moderators, one from Kindle and one from Riva, who can moderate it. Because at the end of the day, the judgment is reserved.
Yeah,
So,
that's correct. No, I just wanted to make sure that we have provisions for that.
Understood.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we request you to go through the deck and all that beforehand and make an opinion before coming. And then we will see whether it's matching with your expectations, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. See you. See you
Thank you.
on.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye. Nikesh, can you give me a call, please? Or
Yeah,
Manmohan?
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
thanks. Yeah, please. Thanks.